Hey, what's going on, everyone? And welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for my Disney Plus Star Wars Obi-Wan series and review for episodes 1 and 2. Of course, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi watches over young Luke Skywalker and evades the Empire Elite's Jedi hunters during his exile on a desert planet, Tatooine. And of course, if you are a Star Wars fan, you know all about Tatooine. A lot of people were complaining in The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, like, man, this is supposed to be expanding Star Wars lore. You know, we're supposed to be getting all these stories throughout the galaxy, and we keep going back to Tatooine, but we're back on Tatooine again. And I really don't have that problem myself, but I do understand where other people are coming from. And guys, I just want to let you know that this is going to be a spoiler-filled recap. I'm going to spoil these 2 episodes up, down, left, right, in, and out, as if you've already seen it. You have been warned. And if you like the content here, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to that channel, helping me reach 40,000 subscribers. And if you stick to the video at the end, I will show you why it's a good reason to subscribe to my channel. I also want to let you guys know that I am a casual Star Wars fan, okay? I am not a diehard fan, excuse me. Of course, I've seen all the movies, the original, the prequel trilogy, the sequel trilogy. I've seen Obi-Wan, and I've seen Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 and the Book of Boba Fett. I have not seen Clone Wars, and I have not seen Rebels. I do plan on seeing Rebels and Clone Wars. I just haven't got around to it yet. And I have read 0 books or novels or anything like that. So just let you know, I am a casual Star Wars fan. I didn't even plan on doing these recaps, but you know, I was just like, you know what? I'm having fun. Why not? And while you're watching this, you did see the title of this video. You did see the thumbnail. It has me kind of making a little face, and it probably says something like, you know, some good and some bad. I haven't come up with the my official title for this video yet, but there is some good and there is some bad. Overall, there is a lot of good. There's just a couple of things that did kind of rub me the wrong way, especially when it comes to the Inquisitors. I mean, I really did like their intro, but it was some things in the second episode that I was just kind of like, oh, I kind of wish they didn't do that. I will go ahead and say that I did like the first episode better than the second episode. And then the start of the show was better than the second half of the first episode as well. But I was still very entertained, and I look forward to covering all of this with you guys in these 6 episodes that we have for this show, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I am here for it, and I am excited. But let me just go ahead and get into the first episode. First of all, the recap that we got for the prequel trilogy, showing Anakin as a boy all the way up to where he fought Obi-Wan, and you know, he had the high ground. That was badass. They used some different music and all of that, a different soundtrack score, and I liked it. I was like, man, this is intense. And I really just, I mean, it's been a while, it's been a minute since I've seen the prequel trilogy, so I like how they summed all of that up too. That was quite nice, especially seeing Luke and Leia being born, and you know, Obi-Wan, the titular character, he goes and puts Luke with his family, excuse me, in Tatooine. And the other guy that was in this episode as well, or episode 2, you know, he's like, we will adopt Leia. Me and my wife always wanted to have a daughter. And of course, in episode 2, that's, well, no, we get to see Leia in episode 1. But first of all, I love the intro, just them showing the recap. That was nice as hell. And then, y'all, the first frame, the first scene we have is little younglings, you know, little Jedi people doing Jedi Kung Fu. I was like, oh, hell yes. Yes. Give me some of this. You know what I'm talking about? I love this. You know, like, I love, you know, my MCU movies, and y'all heard me say I love martial arts. And I felt like there was combining that. You couldn't put the MCU, I mean, the Star Wars up there with the MCU. So that was just nice. We already kind of got martial arts, you know, with the lightsaber battles, especially with, I forgot the guy's name from the Phantom Menace, Darth Maul. Yeah, him flipping around doing with the bolster, you know. But it was just nice seeing him do like a little kata and working it out. And I even like, I had the subtitles on. I even had those turned on, and when the door opened, it said whoosh. It was like whooshing noise, and I like that. Cut the subtitles on, you know, you don't know what I'm talking about. And it was Order 66. I was like, damn, okay, this is where this is perfect. I like where this series is going so far. Order 66, we get to see more of that, because we didn't, you know, that was in episode 3. I forget the sub. So episode 1 is the Phantom Menace. Episode 2 is Attack of the Clones. Episode 3, is it Revenge of the Sith? And Return of the Jedi is episode 8. Empire Strikes Back is episode 5. Episode 4 is New Hope. I'm sorry, I'm getting off tangent here, but that was nice that we got to see that, and the Jedi was doing their thing. Like I like the way everything was shot. I like the choreography, all of that, and that they were just ambushed. You like, of course, y'all know this if you've seen it, but it was really nice when the woman. Well, it wasn't nice when she died, but when she helped the younglings as best as she could, and she fell to her death. The younglings like, hey, what are we going to do now? And then they backed the camera up, and it was like a wide shot just showing the whole corridor of just all the Jedi getting attacked. That was a beautiful shot right there. I loved it. And you just get to see Jedi, one by one falling, like their lightsaber just, going dim. And I was like, man, that's a lovely way to start things off. I loved it. I thought that was perfect. And so we already got a great recap, and then we got a great opening with Order 66. But now we're on Tatooine, and these are where the Inquisitors show up. And I don't know nothing about the Inquisitors. This is my first time ever hearing about them. I learned about them through all the marketing, promotional material, trailer reactions, and hearing everybody else talk about them. But to my understanding, they come from the show. Well, at least one of the guys, he comes from Rebels or the Clone Wars. The Grand Inquisitor, this guy right here. I think, I've heard people say that he comes from Rebels. I'm not sure. But I have to say, they definitely did make a strong interest when they came in. Just no BS. It's like, hey, you know who we are. You know why we're here. And I'm like, damn. The only nitpick I have is the Inquisitor that is being played by Sung Kang, the guy from the Fast and the Furious franchise. This guy right here, he had the hat on and he had the circular lightsaber on his back. I like this voice. But as soon as they showed him, they showed like his breastplate or his shoulder pads or whatever, and that did look really cartoonish. It didn't look as authentic as everybody else. But that was just a little nitpick. But I like that they came down just showing so much authority. I also like to see that, that there's dissension between the ranks. The third sister, Reva, she beefing with Sung Kang, with the fifth brother and the grand. She's the third sister. Sung Kang is the fifth brother, and he is the Grand Inquisitor. They don't really see eye to eye, but I like their philosophy on things. Just like, hey, being a Jedi is a sickness. They can't help it. They hunt themselves. This code that they live by, which is whack. I mean, I'm acting like I'm speaking about him. They have to save people. Maybe you're the head of the saloon, and the locals are robbing you, and he comes and saves the day. And of course, that's going to get around. I'm like, that was kind of smart. They're able to, hunt down Jedi just like that. And that was smart. Let me just throw a knife at a random person's face, and a Jedi is going to stop it with the Force. And that's how they identified them. I was like, damn, these Inquisitors are serious. And so you got to remember, guys, this is my introduction to these characters right here. I've never seen them before. I've never heard of them before. Oh, that was Darth Vader right there. Y'all, we all know we're going to talk about him. But this is my first time ever seeing him before. You know what I'm saying? I'm up here getting to know old girl Reva. We're gonna talk about her in a second, but it was a great introduction, and I like that. And the fact that I like the way she rolled over and held her lightsaber out to stop. I think his name was Nori, to stop him. And he's like, he said something like, you're never gonna get the information, something. And it's smart. They don't want to kill him. They want to get the information to either go after Obi-Wan or to find more Jedi. Yeah, of course you don't want to kill him. That would be dumb. You want to torture him, But Reva, her impulsive butt was that called her out. She finna chop the dude in half. And he stopped it with the Force powers. I was like, that's nice. I cannot remember the last time I seen this amount of Force powers this early on compacted in such a small amount of time. Because we got the intro, Order 66, and then he stopping the knife. Well, no, we did get a lot of that with the Mandalorian, Luke coming through with all his. So, okay, never. I'm tripping. What am I talking about? But it was still nice seeing all those Force powers. I did like all that. But so that was, like, again, a great way to start with the recap of the prequel trilogy. Then we got Order 66, and then we got these Inquisitors coming through. I'm like, hell yeah. This Obi-Wan series right here is going down, and I am loving it. But now we got our boy. Why I keep clicking on Darth Vader? I gotta get my eyes checked. We got our boy Obi-Wan. He coming through, and he working his little factory job like he just miserable as all can be, cutting up his meat and stuff. And we just seen him. He's in the cave, He's playing with what the Jawas. He's really being smart, trying to stay under the radar and not use his force powers. He's completely cut himself off from the force just about. And then he starts to go around and hunting for Luke, and I was like, oh yeah, of course that's what he's going to do. And I guess Luke is around 10 years old right now, 10 or 11, because they said 10 years ago when he was born, so he has to be like 9, 10. No, he can't be 11. He about we don't I don't not well, he's probably about 10 or 11 years old. And so I guess A New Hope takes place another 10 years from now, another 8 or 10 years from now, if the timeline is correct. But the next thing that we have is our boy Joe Edgerton comes through talking about, man, I need you to stay away from my boy Luke. Well, yeah, that's what he's telling Obi-Wan. And this is when the Inquisitors come back. I like the fact that Reva is still showing so much authority. Now, one of the gripes that I will have about her is the acting is just not the best, in my opinion. I hate to crap on the sister. Her real name is Moses Ingram. Here she is right here. I'm rooting for her. She has been in The Tragedy of Macbeth, The Queen's Gambit. I saw that and I loved it. I don't remember her in it though. But okay, she was also in the Ambulance. Okay, that just came out this year. I don't know, guys. If you are a fan of Miss Moses Ingram, let me know in the comments what you think, about how she did in this series right here. But I mean, she has the authority. I like all of that. I believed her. I was like, okay, she's gonna kill all these people if she don't get no information. I was thinking like, okay, damn, this is where Obi-Wan is going to reveal himself, because they're going to attack Owen, and Obi-Wan Ben is going to come through and save the day. But that's not what happened. They called he called her bluff. And I like that the fifth brother put her in her, well, I don't want to say put her in her place, because let me go back. And before we get to episode 2, as soon as they showed her being, I guess, disobedient when the Grand Inquisitor called her reckless the first time they came to Tatooine, they was trying to get Nori. I said to myself, she's gonna die, or she's gonna go over to the good side. I don't know if they will keep her character survived until the end of the series, but I'm like, she's gonna die, or she's gonna go to the good side. And I especially feel that way now with the way the Grand Inquisitor treated her in episode 2. But I don't want to jump forward too much. Now, everything was great up until this point. Leia is still annoying. She is an annoying character to me. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. Y'all know, if you've seen episode 4, of course, Harrison Ford and all them trying to come through and save her. She's been ungrateful, and you suck at saving. Y'all seen the movie. If you've seen this, you've seen A New Hope. But she was, and I'm like, man, now at least Leia's smart. She's able and intelligent, but she got on my nerve in the second episode. Now, first of all, I would have whooped the butt. We up here trying to go to this ceremony and all this, and then you want to go play Adventure Danger in the forest with your little floating, I don't know what you call it, the drone thing. Was it Lola, I believe? You're doing too much. You're getting on my nerve. But at the same time, I was saying she's smart because she was naming all those ships. But I like the fact that she was able to charge up her cousin and be like, look, you whack as hell, you lame, you don't get no girls, you ain't gonna make the basketball team, you ain't ever made a decision before in your entire life, your daddy don't like you, I don't like you, your breath stink, you're skinny. And I was like, damn, and I like that though. And it was warranted. So I was really frustrated when the parents told her that she had to apologize. I'm like, apologize for what? He up here talking about you, but he being rude to droids, talking about people beneath people and lower life forms, and you are not even the real Organa. Like, what kind of mess is that? No, he needs to get his ass whooped, not by somebody grown, but somebody's age. So I was with Leia on that, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, she's a child, she's running off in the woods, 10 years old. Okay, not that big a deal, but she really did piss me off in episode 2. I'm like, God damn, you finna get us killed, lady. Don't you realize that Satan and his army are coming to chase us around the galaxy, and you want to be like, you're not a real Jedi, I'm gonna go run off by myself. The man took you out of the cellar. Okay, you got the oogie boogie boogie boy. Now, mind you, and I gotta say, this is something that really bothered me when they kidnapped her. That was stupid. That was, first of all, she the super princess, and these henchmen are just able to go up in there unnoticed. Did I miss something, guys? That was just way too easy for me. They just chilling in the cut. They had been there. Come on now. I know this ain't real, but I'm thinking this is Star Wars. We in year 2022. They got to be in year 4700 in this. Y'all don't got no surveillance, no motion detectors, nothing. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I just feel like that was way too easy for them to kidnap her. But then when they run in, they go book, 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 book. Like there's at the very beginning, okay, she's little and she can dip and dive and duck and all that and roll. But before that, there's no way that she should have been able to run away from them. He's a grown man. It's a little girl, and she's not that coordinated. I mean, she's not as coordinated as a grown person, a grown man. So I was just kind of like, okay, what happened to the beginning of this? This is kind of silly right now. It really doesn't, make any sense. But I mean, that's fine. Those are my only nitpicks right there. Is the breastplate of the fifth brother, and then this chase right here, and then Leia. I liked her, but again, she really kind of just frustrated me when she was I'm sorry. She frustrated me in episode 2. Something else I want to talk about in episode 1 is when Nari found Obi-Wan in the desert. Now, I am not mad at Obi-Wan for doing that. He eventually told him who he was, but I was like, no, you can't just, oh, hey, you're a Jedi, you Obi-Wan. Oh, man, hey, how you been? It's so good to see you. Of course he's not going to do that. He's not stupid. So he's going to try to, like size him up a little bit. And I was just thinking, okay, bro, he's not going to reveal himself now. He probably gonna put, I was being silly talking about put a force marker on him and come back and try to holler at him later. I don't know, but I'm just thinking like, okay, he gonna know where he is and try to come back and holler at him at a different time. He been hiding for 10 years. His responsibility is Luke. He don't want to die. And then his responsibility is Luke. He don't want to die. We know what would happen if he died and all that. So I was not mad at him for doing that. I thought that was pretty smart. But unfortunately, it looked like Nari hung himself, or the Inquisitors found him and hung him up there. So I was just like, damn. So old dude now hits up Obi-Wan and was like, hey, I need you to come get my daughter. And I did not think about this, guys. It was all up to Reva. And we are going into episode 2 right now. It was all up to Reva to come up with this plan. Because when fifth brother hit her up to the side talking about you reckless, you impulsive, what do you think you're gonna gain? All of this stuff. She was like, I want what's owed to me. Of course, I immediately thought about black people and reparations, So that was cool. That was cool right there. But it was actually her that came up with the plan to get Obi-Wan to follow the girl. I'm like, that's smart, because the fifth brother was like, look, we done look for him for about 10 years. We can't find him. She's like, hey, what if we've been looking in the wrong spot? And I was like, okay, that's what's up right there. Now, we are deep into episode 2 right now, and I have to be honest with you. I did not love episode 2 as much as I love episode 1. I'm not saying that it was a bad episode. I just really wasn't feeling it. But, I mean, no, I was feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it as much, But Obi-Wan, he is back in Jedi mode, and he gets on the ship, and he is going to go rescue Princess Leia. And I'm with it. I'm with it. And that's where he's trying to infiltrate everything. And he gets tricked, and he comes into Camille Najjiani. And I kind of thought that was funny. That was interesting right there. I actually thought that he was a Jedi at first, but I was like, okay, he's just a bit too goofy. But it would have been nice to see. But at the same time, I was kind of thinking like, okay, if he was really a Jedi, they would have found him by now, about the way, he's moving around, just so out and about and all that good stuff. But, Obi-Wan is doing this thing and trying to find her. And again, I just have to give, like, this is, okay, I'll just go ahead and jump to this part. The Inquisitors were stupid. The Grand Inquisitor is dumb. When you find out, okay, it was her that found him. And first of all, before I get to that part where the Inquisitor is stupid, that's the next point I'm talking about. We got to talk about how Obi-Wan, he thought he found the girl, and he threw the pink, the red smoke bomb. How did he, like, I'm just thinking to myself, how did he get out of that? Like, that didn't really make sense to me, because they had both of his hands tied, or not tied, but like, it just kind of seemed too easy. So that kind of bugged me a little bit. But she's on her way to third sister Reva. This is where I say the Inquisitors are dumb, and this is the part that really rubbed me the wrong way when they started doing this with the Inquisitors. Why would you say that to Reva right then and there? You should have just took your time, and y'all have, it's 4 of y'all. I thought it was 3, but yeah, it's 4 of y'all. Y'all could have teamed up and then killed Obi-Wan or taken him a hostage and deliver him to Vader, to Anakin. But you want to be like, you want to basically just tell her, you ain't shit, you below us, you're a black Negro girl, you know, you ain't nothing. I'm like, damn. He just like and gonna split make a divide in between the team right there. I'm like, that's dumb. Why don't you kill? Like I said, go get Anakin first. And she's the one that found him. Y'all have been looking for him for 10 years under your advisement, and it hasn't worked. Soon as she says, you know what, I'm gonna do stuff on my own, she finds him in less than like 24 hours. What is wrong with you? I'm okay. So I guess they represent white supremacy. Just sometimes they just do stupid stuff that makes it's just illogical. That didn't make any sense to me. You know, it is what it is. But it was smart that they put a bounty on them, and so that, you know, they can make them choke and expose them and all that. And this is really where it got on my nerve with Leia running around. I'm like, Leia, sit your ass down. Like, damn, it is so obvious to me that you are in much better hands with Obi-Wan than these people over here. But, you know, whatever. I thought that, and it was smart. Reva was up there looking around on the rooftops. Okay, I'm just gonna look for some commotion. She saw some shooting over there, and she ran over there using a force. And now I was like, that's badass. I like that, and even I like the force powers that she was able to use on Camille Najani. That was dope too. But Leia was getting on my nerve, and I thought they was gonna be exposed right there. But when they finally make it to the ship, and she came in there and lit her lightsaber up, and was like, I found you, I can feel you. I was like, okay, this chick right here is really coming through, and I like her. I like the character. I just don't like the, you know, I like that she's bold enough to be like, look, I've tried it your way for 10 years, but your ish ain't working. I'm gonna do it my way, and it's smart. She's smart. She's intelligent. I can respect that. I can. She probably been disrespected all this time too. So she's like, you know, F this. But and now actually, I was about to say I was frustrated with the decision they made, but actually, when I reevaluated, I actually think I kind of like it. I was really ready for them to fight and box. I was like, man, we finna get a nice lightsaber duel already in episode 2. That's cool. But what was stupid though at the same time was the Grand Inquisitor came in. She found them for the second time. Stand down, Reva, watch and learn. I'm like, you idiot. What is wrong with you? Your ego is on level 9,000, and that's not a good thing. I'm like, why are you trying to intervene? Either team up or just sit back and let her do it, because she's doing it right anyway. And you're going to come in and talk shit? That's why you got a lightsaber to the chest. Now, I mean, and half of me, I don't blame her. But the other half of me is just like, oh, this was dumb. Like, I don't want to see the bad guys killing each other. I want to see them fight Obi-Wan. So I was disappointed as far as that's concerned. But at the same time, I also liked a lot that she was like, you're not just going to talk shit to me and say that I'm not worth a damn and think you can get away with it. Go black people. You know what I'm saying? I can F with that. So I'm kind of on the fence right now, you know, so I'm still going to leave my title and my thumbnail the way it is. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we're gonna leave it alone. But and they escape on the ship, and not Anakin, but Obi-Wan is tripping because he's like, Anakin is still alive. And then we show Anakin in the BAFTA tank or whatever type of tank it is, breathing. You know, he just found out too. Like, oh, my baby's still alive, and Obi-Wan, oh, I gotta get out of here. He'll faster. But it was great, y'all. I really did enjoy it, especially the beginning, the first 20-30 minutes of episode 1. I thought that was super fire right there. And I really hope that they stick the landing with this. Deborah Chow is the director of this series, and or at least the first 2 episodes, I think. And I you know, she did pretty good. She did pretty good. I mean, we got some nice lightsaber duels with the Order 66 at the very beginning. I like the tone, everything of everything. I don't know. I mean, how I feel about her killing the Grand Inquisitor, because I was really looking forward to seeing him fight and throw down, especially after hearing that this guy comes from Rebels or Clone Wars, you know. But I mean, it is what it is. You know, I'm gonna give it a chance. Reva may come through and be a worthy adversary or turn over to the good side. And we still have other 2 Inquisitors as well. And of course, we cannot forget Mr. Darth Vader. But guys, that is just my opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like the video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you subscribe to my channel, I told you I got something for you. You're going to get movie reviews. I got like Top Gun 2, Doctor Strange, spoiler movie reviews. Did that with Movie Files, Elliot, and also Eman with Eman movie reviews. Almost 2-hour video got 13,000 views. Also, he and Sharronda right now are in Star Wars Celebration, so make sure you subscribe to their channels. That's on my channel tab right here, and get all their coverage as well. But what else are you going to get? Let me press pause on that. You're also going to get a weekly movie news roundup show. I host that every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. CST. So make sure you come for that. I'm covering that Young Justice Phantom season 4. This last episode was fire. We Own This City, The Staircase on HBO Max, and also The Time Traveler's Wife. Have some fresh out of the theater reactions and also trailer reactions and some interviews down here as well. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.